Fluffy.
Wait.
Okay, I like how you and I both were on the same.
Can I change my answer?
Okay, fine.
Okay, my character has a
Garthlock.
reputation of dying.
Garthlock's gonna die first. Don't worry, guys.
Don't worry.
Wait,
this is harder.
wrong session. Never mind. Take back what I said.
I swear if you jinx it.
Welcome. We are down in the spire, so I scavenged together something that was an interesting concept, and we're going to test it. It's not really a game per se, as in like Dungeons & Dragons. It's something that we just kind of... I've been twiddling with my head, and I kind of put actual stuff down on paper, essentially, for it. This is essentially kind of a Walking Dead themed game. There are 6 stats: medicine, scavenger, survival, combat, fortitude, and tactical. Each of these players start off with at least 1. They had 6 points to spend, however they wanted. Each one point cap out at 3. However, they could bump it to 4 if they use their specialist point in that one, which also gives them another benefit, which we'll probably get into really quickly when one of them uses it. But essentially, based on what number you have in your stat, when I call for that roll, you roll a d6 per stat. For example, if you have 2, you would roll 2d6s. 1 and a 6 are crits, either a fail for the 1 or a success for the 6. The other numbers are 4 and the 4 and 5 are successes, whereas the 2 and 3 are fails. Players only need to keep track of crits and successes. If you crit fail, well,
Bye.
it's just not doing it. Crit fail. If you crit fail but you still succeed, it's called a messy success, essentially. You're going to succeed, but there's going to be a little bit of a cost. Essentially.
You lose an arm. Wait.
Maybe not that drastically.
I must say, wait, that's not a little bit of a... Never mind.
No.
Anyway.
Depends on the scenario. Like, you might lose an item, or you might lose, like, your battery, your flashlight might... Or your flashlight might just break in general, that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what's rolled. A crit success counters that.
Mm.
And if you have no crit fails, but a crit success, that's... You're going to succeed with style, essentially.
This is going to be fun.
There are hindrance dice as well. Based on whether their hands are bound, they have injuries, or they're trying to carry something heavy. And I have to make them roll. They have to roll hindrance dice based on what I tell them to roll. These only have to worry about 1s. A 1 counts as a success loss. Any other numbers on an hindrance dice? Don't fucking matter. 1 in 6 chance of losing a success, essentially. However, you can split this, like if you're both carrying something, or if someone's injured and someone helps them run, you can split the hindrance dice. Or if you only have 1, you can decide who gets the hindrance in this one. Like I said, this is based on Walking Dead, so there will be zombies versus our 3 low survivors here. Zombies are deadly. A single bite or scratch can spell disaster, unless the doctor amputates.
Hello.
Successful.
Hypothetical question.
Yes.
If you get a scratch on your cheek, does that mean he has to amputate your head?
If you get a scratch on your cheek, you're really going to be in a bad spot.
Can he just like remove the whole little section?
Does it work
I
like
mean,
that?
Just
Yes.
knife to...
Technically,
Well, you would still have to cauterize shit like that, and
Look,
assuming
now
that even
I got
works.
Now I got these scars. What scar? You have a big chunk of your cheek missing. There's no scar. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. That makes sense. The survivors also, and zombies to some degree, have benefits called surprise if they're in a combat situation,
Surprise.
where they just gain an additional 1d6. If the survivors are using an item, whether it be a weapon, a crowbar, or something that would fit the scenario they're trying to do, they roll additional d6 for that. You're not going to get an additional d6 if you're trying to use a screwdriver to paint a house.
But why not?
I don't know why I came up with that as the concept, but whatever.
Writing a word.
To be fair, it would take a while. But
It
you
would.
can use a flathead screwdriver
Yes,
at the
you
house.
could.
It would take a
That's
while.
why you wouldn't get a bonus for it. That would take a while.
But you should get a bonus for innovation.
I mean,
that
you
the
have,
opposite
you
of
kind of
innovation?
have to worry about the paint drying in the bucket before you could actively paint something.
So,
I like how Fox is up here dying.
Because I had the mental
The-
image of paint drying while you're trying to paint a house. With a fucking
But
screwdriver.
so the survivors here have all built their stats, built their characters. The story so far, from what I gave them for this little one shot here, is they're a small group now. They used to be bigger, but people were lost. The outbreak has been going for about 2 years now. And they've got a decently fortified position inside of an abandoned prison on a hill overlooking a nearby city. There's a small, single, pretty open path that drives up to the prison. The resources are starting to dwindle, mostly food. Bullets also seem to be a fair issue for some. So they have to leave their fortified position to resupply. The characters are aware about the amputation. The characters are aware about the basics of the zombies, like sound attracting them and such like that. And they are aware of that. Even if the characters die to a natural cause, as long as the brain's intact, they can still turn. They'll still turn. So, before we get too far in, why don't we, starting on my right, Fox,
Yeah. Oh,
could you
God,
describe
he
your
changed
character?
his picture.
I love that. I saw that. Oh.
The best way I can think to represent it.
Well, her name's Zoey.
Okay.
Kind of smaller one of the group. Her dad used to be a part of the group. He was a hunter, taught her a lot. Fortunately, he died along the way, along with the other peoples. Probably about early 20s. I didn't come up with an exact age. But yeah, that's basically her thing, is she's more of the hunter survivalist.
Okay. Next over, we have Jay.
You know what the bad part is? Only part I didn't have for my character's name.
What's your name?
Naming
We're all
things
prepared.
are hard.
We're all prepared here. It's fine.
Professional.
Naming D&D characters is just as hard. I don't want to hear it.
Fair. That's why I usually just throw random letters together and hope it makes a sound.
You know what? Mikael.
Okay.
He, honestly, he is he was known for sneaking around areas and kind of taking things that didn't exactly belong to him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And now he can use that
To an
more to his
advantage.
Yeah. Getting him to places and collecting stuff.
Yes.
It doesn't belong to him.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like it belongs to people anymore.
Correct. Speaking of, Drag, why don't you describe your character?
Well, I am one Dr. Adam Callahan, and I have no idea when I'm doing this accent, but it may stay, because fuck it. But basically, before all this shit went down, and now I'm doing the German there, what the fuck? I don't know anymore.
It's progressive.
Okay,
accent.
serious. Okay, serious.
But yeah. But, you know, that was, I forgot I stopped doing that on her. Either way.
Oh,
But yeah, basically, before the shit went down, I was, I was a mortician, working with them somewhere in the CSI,
Alright.
and I keep doing it. Damn it. Yeah,
Dead!
I am the doctor, and that's what I do. That's where the freaking Brandon German accent and the doctor is in.
Fox is broke.
I feel like this character just speaks like normal, but does this to fuck with everyone now.
It's entirely possible.
Accent changes,
Oi.
so we never actually know.
you ready to get your arm amputated, aye?
Starts going like Scottish and then it goes to a little bit of Russian.
If you could change your fate, would you?
Some British in
Russia.
there.
Russia. You amputate the knife.
That's not how that works.
You
Alright.
do know how it works in Mazar.
Also, this puts a serious damper on my intention to make him kind of a mildly snarky asshole.
So, the three of you have come to realize that your supplies are running low soon. What do you guys do? You have the city, you have some wilderness around you.
We could go down
You-
to town.
We're missing more than just food, so there is.
Yeah.
We could go to the town.
Yeah, I imagine we've been here for a while, so there's probably not a lot of
Yeah.
animals left around after she's been hunting for a
Yeah,
while.
you've been hunting for a while. I mean, you notice there's dwindling. You might be able to find. You've been having to go further and further out each time. But the further out you go, the dangerous it gets.
Yeah.
Because there's less time back and forth. And also there's unexplored territory, which could lead to more zombies.
Yeah.
And more death.
Oh. I vote city too. What's the other one vote? He's on this side for me.
No matter where we go, I may as well pack some medical supplies.
It's not wrong.
Alright.
Splinters or tetanus? Or he's saying as he's just packing shit.
This might be so. So you pack some decent medical supplies in case you or any of your fellows get injured. You guys make your way out through your the front door, which, well, not the front door, and then through the courtyard to the gate, essentially. Which you guys have fortified a little more of an probably needs. 'Cause, I mean,
Safety
there's
first.
all this stuff you can just push up against it.
Safety first.
Looking through the kind of open, almost tall grass at this point, but still grass and then the road. You're not seeing any movement. You can still like, especially you if you're. I assume you brought your sniper
Yeah.
to kind of scope through and all that. You can still see there are still zombies in the city. They're not necessarily the ones that they're either ones that you've left, or not seen, or have herded this way just by them moving in one direction.
Do they seem kind of spread out, or are there groups of them?
There are some groups here and there from as you're looking around. There are a few that are kind of sporadic. They don't seem to be concentrated in any one area from what you can see right now.
Kind of letting the other two know this. As I'm finding it.
It shouldn't be too hard to get past.
Yeah, sure, what the hell.
So, whoever wants to helm this, roll tactical.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
So four tactical sense.
And you can reroll any misses.
Roll any misses.
One.
How do I know what a miss?
It's a 3 or lower.
3 or lower. So reroll all the dice that are misses.
Yep. Each one can be rerolled once.
Okay.
How many successes? And any crits?
I have 2 4s and a 6.
Okay. That's 3 successes, 1 crit
And 2.
success. Alright.
I don't worry about the 2.
Nope, you don't have to worry about the 2.
So,
Only if it was 1. So, you guys have scavenged this place a few times at this point. Maybe not necessarily in this group. There might have been a couple other people who have gone out. You might have gone out of another group before your group has dwindled. Mikael, you kind of remember where you've kind of already searched, so as you're kind of looking, because you can see most of the city pretty well from here. You kind of point out a building that's on the other side of town that looks like it's a large kind of 2-story house, but there's a few of them in that kind of group that you have not, you haven't explored. And it looks like a ritzy place. So I don't know. They could definitely, at least probably have some non-perishables if no one else has scavenged it.
I see our targets.
Alright. Do you guys want to circle around this city, or do you guys want to try to make your way straight? It'll take longer to circle, quite a long time. If you circle and circle back, you'd probably, on your back trip, be getting here around night. If you did a straight trip, you'll be dealing with more zombies, but it would be quicker.
Take the safe way or the quick way?
Either way, I'm fine with.
Well, as much as I would love to start chopping off hands, perhaps the long way is the preferable option.
Your choice.
Okay. So you guys start making your long trek around this decently sized city. I want everyone to roll tactical for me.
Oh, good job.
Oh boy.
Tactical or survival. Whatever.
I have so many options.
And just let me know whatever successes or crit misses and fails.
That is two. That is 2 crits.
Nice.
I got 2 successes and a crit. Success for survival.
Okay.
3 successes, 1 fail.
All right. So you all managed to spot and avoid a rather sized horde, essentially, that was kind of making its way
Downtown.
just straight in a direction. They don't seem to have any kind of aim. They're just wandering. There's probably about 30 to 40 of them.
Do they appear to be making their way downtown?
No,
Walking
because
fast
you're
as their faces pass.
no.
Share.
God damn it. They're walking kind of generally the direction of where your base is, but not aimed at your base. They're just walking that north kind of direction. If they just keep heading that direction, they'll just pass harmlessly. As long as you didn't leave anything that would attract them at your house. No one left their music on, right?
No.
Fuck is music?
I mean, we would know. We just.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If we don't listen to it for more than a year, I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore.
We could find batteries
Exactly.
and like Walkman and stuff.
Alright. So you avoided that danger.
Yeah.
You make your way in, and then you reach the point where you're gonna have to enter into the city now if you want to. Otherwise, you're at the closest point at the edge of the city.
Okay.
Ahead of you, as you guys kind of crouch down, kind of look at the street ahead, you see sporadically, just kind of some standing, some laying down. One is kind of like pinned under a car, but still alive. I say alive, but they're dead. Zombies, there's about 10 to 15 of them. They're not grouped together, they're not really looking in any direction. They're not really moving, just kind of just standing there now. There's no aim for them to move toward. There are alleyways, but you don't see anything down the alleyways right now, and alleyways are a lot closer quarters. So you could try to sneak past or whatever down this street, or you could try to find a side path.
Well, we could always try distracting them.
Okay.
See if I can find a decent-sized rock.
Okay. Roll tactical.
What is it with your characters and rocks?
There's a reason for this.
Pebble!
Alright, reroll any fate.
I cast catapult.
Look, you don't know his secrets. He's not a wizard in disguise, don't worry about it.
He looks like
He's not wearing a top hat. Don't worry, oh, you know what, he is wearing a top hat, that's the point. So, reroll any fails. Hey! Okay, that's 3 successes.
3 successes. All right. So you pick up it's basically a brick that's loose from one of these walls. Kind of weigh it. And look, and you see there's a small store of it. It's been busted into, but only certain things probably been taken from it. But you can see there are.
What kind of
like
store is it first?
It's a TV store, basically.
Oh, okay. Is there still a TV in the window?
There are a few that are. They look like they've been scavenged from, but their glass is still there, and that's what you figure would make the most noise if you toss it.
Yeah.
So you busts through the window and actually hits a few of them, which kind of creates this kind of almost domino effect as the shelves kind of cave from the sudden motion as they've kind of worn down without repair. and all zombies. You can see them. All ones that can move are now kind of clamoring into this place, hearing this sound. There's the one that was pinned in a car is just kind of pulling like this, but it can't really do anything because it's just stuck. So it's still there. It's still a hazard, but you can circumvent it pretty simply.
As I see the one laying beneath the car, I kind of feel sorry for you. You can't join your idiot friends.
So I want everyone to roll. This actually probably be survival, honestly, to not gain their attention as you move along.
You re-roll the fails, right?
If you're a specialist, yep.
Alright, that's a crit and a 4.
Alright.
Crit and a 4.
Okay.
Okay. Say crit and a 5 and a 2. So.
Alright. So yeah, the three of you easily avoid this drawing their attention and kind of go behind the car that's kind of pinned so they don't draw the zombie's attention. So it doesn't like making too much more noise than it's already making.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys reach a little bit forward, the end of the street, and peer down in the direction. You can see the tops of these two-story buildings. However, you see one thing that makes you not so happy to see. There is the nearest house has attracted a horde there. They're currently up at the gate that's closed, but the gate is not going to hold much longer. Something's gotten their attention and they're pushing it down. Well, they're running into it and it's breaking and giving way slowly under the weight of probably 30 of them.
Now, what's going on in there?
See if something made noise or someone is in there.
What do we do?
Part of me wants to see what all the chaos is about.
And luckily, the other buildings don't seem to have any attention currently on them.
But then the other part of me says we could always come back to this one. Some other time.
What do you
Let's
guys
not deal with a horde.
Is there anywhere I can get up higher to look? Let's see if I can see past the fence.
If you let's see, give me a survival check.
Survival. Oh, right.
6 and 2 4s, so.
Okay, so you kind of sling your rifle over your back and kind of using the kind of telephone pole that's kind of still there, slightly bent because the car has hit it, to kind of clamber up onto the nearby roof. And you're trying to get over the fence, or you're just trying to see?
I'm just trying to see for now.
Alright. And you're kind of looking in, you can see motion inside. It's like, not slow and shambling, but kind of like quick and darting, and there seems to be at least someone in there.
Do you guys want to leave a survivor?
Fuck. And here I was, just going to assume that people went in there so I wouldn't have to take care of them.
You're welcome.
All depends.
Damned oath.
All depends.
Okay, let's
All depends. Is
find
it
a
a
way to get
girl?
them.
Huh?
All depends. Is it a girl?
I can't tell.
And is she cute? If it is,
Sure. She's very
I don't believe you.
cute.
I don't believe you. You said you weren't sure if it was a girl or not.
Who's the one with the scope?
You said you couldn't see.
Heads its back. It's fine.
Uh,
This is fine.
I'll chance it in case she is.
Okay. So how are you going to? From your vantage point, there are. You can see there is a. The fence kind of goes along. It's a stonework fence with metal points on the top. But they have. You can probably climb over them, or maybe see if there's a back entrance. There might be a back gate. You can't see it from this angle, but there might be.
I kind of want to get the horde away from the house if we can, before trying to get stuck in the backyard.
Get the horde away, you say?
Yes.
That would probably be a viable idea, yeah.
Set off a car.
Are there any? You know, you actually read my mind, Fox. By the way, are there any cars that look like undamaged or anything like that around?
Looking around, most of them are not in running shape.
Mhm.
Either rusted or crashed. It's been 2 years before any of them have been used. They've probably all been siphoned, honestly.
Fair.
It's potential. It's potential. You can check them if you wanted to.
Is there an alleyway within throwing distance?
You're currently at a crossroads.
Mhm.
The zombies are to your right. There's no alleyway that you can see from your current perspective down that road.
Mhm.
To the left, you don't really see one. But to the straight, there is an alleyway, but it might be too far. And judging with your guys' knowledge, if they're attracted by a person and the person's moving around and making a decent enough racket, you would need something that would be making constant noise to draw them away from their prey, essentially.
Are there any empty stores around near us?
You're right next to one, actually.
No zombies or anything in it.
You could look.
I would like to look to see if there's any zombies in it.
All right, roll tactical.
I get where you're going with that.
Oh, beautiful. That's 2 crit successes and a 4.
So you carefully and gingerly peek in. The door is clearly been broken into.
Mhm.
Not by any means that you would have used. This was brute forced.
Mhm.
Looking in, you do see one. It's currently
back to me.
It's currently shambling, just in a kind of weird pattern. It doesn't seem to have any aim. It seems to be hearing noises, and it keeps kind of like heading in that direction. Then hear something else and head the other direction. It's not currently facing you, no, though.
If I were to stab it in the side of the head, it wouldn't make any noise, correct?
If you were successful, yes.
Well, in case this goes south, I'd be prepared to run. I'm going to sneak my way up behind it and try and stab it in the side of the head.
Alright, using your tentacle, you can't sneak in. Roll combat. You have surprise, and you have a weapon.
So
That's an extra 2d6.
So, 4 again.
Alright.
That is 2 crit successes and a 5 and a 3.
Alright. You got 2 successes, no crits. So you succeed. So as it's kind of like looking around, you sneak up, take your small knife, and kind of... And you kind of... gently kind of set it down and dislodge the knife.
Do I see any radios or anything in there?
Yes, actually. You do see one.
Does looking working condition?
Looking it over, you might be able to fix it.
I would like to attempt to fix it.
Roll tactical. And you would like to repair.
I'm going to reroll those 2. Haha! Perfect. 2 crit successes and 2 3s.
Alright. So you kind of looking around, kind of messing with the antenna. Check the batteries. Batteries are both kind of definitely dead at this point. You're like, because everything, the shells are just barren.
Yeah.
But you, knowing how things can be dropped or in a hurry, kind of look down underneath the small gap of the thing. You see a couple of batteries that have been scavenged. You put 2 in there, and you still have 3 batteries. 3 AA's. If you wish to keep them.
I will keep them.
Okay. So you put the 2 in there, and it is now in working condition. It's not on, but you know it's going to work.
I turn down the volume slightly so that only I can really hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn it on, and then start scanning through things to find the most annoying music I can.
Or sounding thing.
You're getting a lot of just static because there's no radio stations going.
Fair. Is there a CD in the radio?
No.
Damn. I was hoping. I was so hoping.
It is a radio powered by AA's.
So you're kind of tweaking through this, and you do hear something that sounds off. You gotta go back to it, and you're hearing sort of repeated, like, beeping sound.
Would I know that that'd probably be Morse code?
You could gather that, yeah.
It's repeating, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it seems to be. It'll stop for a decent amount of time, and then it does the same pattern over again.
Is there anything to quickly write anything down right there near me?
Yeah. Actually, you might even have it on you to kind of
Okay.
jot down notes and
Well,
stuff.
I'm going to jot down as far as the pattern, the dots and the lines and all that.
Okay.
To look at later.
Okay. So
Then I'd switch it back to just when I would get static from and
So you're in.
yeah, and just crank it all the way up.
Just in the
All right,
door.
you crank it all the way up. You all hear a fairly decent. It's a small little radio, so it doesn't give up a loud sound. It's not like a fucking megaphone.
Mhm.
But you guys can audibly hear now, because you guys are right next to the building. A sound, a static is now filling the air.
I'm still on the roof, I assume.
Yeah. a few of them now kind of turn in that direction. You've gotten a few of their attention.
How's the fence looking?
It's still holding, but not for much longer. But there are now about 5 of them heading toward the shop in your guys' location.
Could I get out without them seeing me?
Yeah, because this is where you entered, and you would be entering on the street that you left on,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have to go around the corner. No one that really sees them without peeking and whilst revealing their location is Zoey.
Yeah.
Because she's on the roof.
As I go to like head out the door, as far as back to where I came in at, I grab like a piece of scrap metal or something, just chuck it at whatever left of the glass on the window, as far as to hopefully draw some more over in the meantime.
Alright, so you kind of chuck it, and then you hear shattering glasses. Mikael exits out the thing, and that shattering is now drawn a few more to they draw their attention, and now they're paying attention. They hear that static. So now you have out of the what you can see as you've been kind of looking at them because they haven't really moved, Zoey. There were 20 there. You now have only 5 still pushing on the gate, and 15 are now heading toward your people. Toward Callahan and Mikael. And technically you, but you're on the roof, so they can't really get you.
Do you? So...
We should probably move, Callahan.
Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment.
Alright, roll survival or tactical.
Two successes.
Okay.
A crit success and a 5.
Alright. So you guys kind of dart and kind of climb into the back of up and over the back of a truck as the zombies kind of swarm the bottom of this building and start kind of making their way slowly toward the entrance. They're kind of like making their way now entering this building.
So now how do we deal with the other 5?
They're not. Now there's only 5 there. The gate's still being pushed on, but it's not as pressing at this point.
Okay.
Well,
You probably increase the amount of time it'll last.
I think now would be time to find a rear entrance.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of make my way down.
Okay. Using the same way you get back kind of down. You kind of look at the door where you would land. You see the horde is currently in the far back by the of the store where the source of this noise is, which I guess you'd probably gather it's some sort of radio or TV maybe. That Mikael has fixed. But this area right that you guys are at is definitely not safe anymore. Because any zombies that might wander this direction are going to be attracted to this now.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to see if toward a back entrance?
Yeah. Yeet.
Alright. So you guys, before any more attention is gathered, head toward the back of this mansion. Or, I don't want to say it's not a mansion, it's just a really, really richy 2-story house. Where you do see a small wooden gate in back that leads to the back of the alley. I say small. It's tall, but it's like narrow for one person to get through. It's not like a double gate. It is locked.
For now.
Yeah.
Is it like is there like a lock as far as like exterior you have to unlock it from the outside or
You have to lock it from the inside. It's one of the bolt locks. From what you can tell.
how tall is it?
Probably 4.5 feet. Tall enough to be kind of keep privacy basically from normal people, but also enough that you can still kind of see over if you need to. So you could probably hop it fairly decently.
There's no zombies in the yard, correct?
Not that I saw, I'm assuming.
How tall is your character?
Oh, my character's probably gonna be 6 feet tall.
Oh, good God.
Okay.
Hey,
So, yeah,
this
looking-
character's based on me. Come on now.
So you kind of
Alright.
look over. You don't see any zombies in the backyard. You do see that the back door is busted open. It looks like it's swung open this way, and there is, at least on the stonework, still faded, but still there, some stained, what you can only imagine to be blood. But it definitely doesn't look recent.
I swear
Well.
to God, if this is just a really fast zombie, I'm gonna be pissed.
I hopped the fence.
Alright, you see hop the fence.
And we'll
Uh,
follow.
It's fairly easy for you to get over this fence. So there's not really a roll for this one. Because you're not having anything hindering you. You can unlock the gate pretty easily.
Yes, I would like to unlock the gate for them.
Right.
That works.
You close it and lock it.
Mhm.
Okay. So now the back gate is relocked, and you guys are now in the backyard. And you can hear footsteps in the thing, in the building. Appears to be, they sound like they're on the second floor.
Is there a pebble? Like any pebbles on the ground?
Sure.
I'd like
There's
to
like
throw
a-
one at it. I would like to throw one at the second story window.
Tink! You hear the footsteps stop for a second, and then continue going about what they were doing.
I pick up 2 more pebbles and throw one.
Just like.
You hear the footsteps stop.
I throw it when I hear it stop. I throw it again. I throw the other one.
I relock the fence while he's doing this, just in case.
Yeah, this fence is relocked and secured. You see the window that you've been throwing out, the curtains are kind of shut. You see the kind of peer open slightly.
I wave.
Immediately. So whatever's in there is intelligent, and definitely not a zombie.
Alright. Who's ready to meet a friend?
Sure.
I'm going to get shot. I'm going to get stabbed. I may get shot and stabbed. This is fun. Let's go meet them.
I pull out my knife and make my way towards the door.
Alright.
So stabbed it is.
So you enter inwards, and the first thing you see, fresher, you do see one zombie. However, it has It is not moving. It is leaned up against the wall, like its head slumped down. There's a hole in its head. Very thin, small hole.
I think we figured out where the noise came from.
Yeah. I'm just gonna randomly look at that head stab wound because medical interest.
Alright, roll medicine and see if you can figure out how this zombie was killed.
Oof. Okay. 1 crit success, 1 5, 1 4, 1 1.
Do you have specialists in medicine?
Yes, but the
You can
D1, the 1 and 4 were a reroll.
Okay. So, a crit success, you said?
1 crit success, 1 crit fail, a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so the crit success and crit fail cancel each other. And the 5 and the 4 are successes. Alright. So you kind of looking it over. This is not a bullet wound. This looks like either maybe a screwdriver or like an ice pick, that kind of small, thin item jabbed into the forehead.
Wait. Is there a fireplace?
I mean, yes.
That's what I was about to say. Is the fire poker missing?
The fire poker, it is missing.
Although those are usually much thicker.
That's true.
Yeah, they're pretty. They got like a hook and such like that on them usually.
Yeah.
I kind
This
of.
is no more than like a pencil width. That's it.
I kind of get close to the stairs. You mean you know harm? Like I'm doing this like a whisper kind of. I'm not trying to get any attention from anything out there, like outside.
So you're like, I mean, you know harm.
With a knife in hand.
Actually, the hand with the knife in is behind, kind of like at the back side, is like
It's at the
right behind
ready,
me.
just in case, basically.
Yeah.
So as you kind of silently whisper up these stairs, you can hear, you see the figure's arm kind of like pin up against the corner wall. You can just see it like peeking out. And they go, I didn't think I could really trust you.
Well, we got about 15 of those zombies away from the gate.
Good job on that, by the way.
I believe that was directed to you, since you drew them here.
He's a bit of an asshole. Don't worry about him.
Correction, I am the asshole. Keep your facts straight.
He's not wrong. He's the one in charge of cutting arms off if we need it to happen.
You could have just said medic.
I mean, I think being told that you're in charge of cutting off their arms would make you seem more like an asshole.
You see Zoe face palming by this point, just like, will you two just shut up?
Anyways, we're not here to kill you. We saw the zombies. My friend, pointing at Zoe, she saw you running around. So we came to help and see who you were. Figure out why everything. Yeah. We're here to loot the houses. We originally came to loot the houses, to be honest.
Oh, that reminds me. You find that cute girl you were looking for?
Callahan? No. No. Just no. No.
So why don't you all just leave? Go to a different house. There's more houses.
Okay, but you know that radio I set off a radio in one of the stores. It's not going to last too long. I just barely fix it. Oh yes, had we not driven away those 15, you'd probably be overrun by now.
There's more one way out of a house.
There's also more than one zombie, and they would have swarmed the entire yard. You would not have survived.
What this? She doesn't. Whoever this is, definitely tell it's a woman at this point. I'll meet you at the next house over. Since this one is not safe.
Was there anything in here of interest?
Just what I found.
Keep what you found then.
Exactly.
I wasn't the first one to loot this place, unfortunately. Though it doesn't seem like one of them was very successful.
Glancing back at the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just you?
Currently. But that doesn't mean you can overrun me.
No, you seem to be doing a pretty good job of that yourself.
Mikael, you hear a fling. And you look kind of behind you, you see a nail embedded in the wall.
Nail gun, I love it.
Silent.
I love it. That would not save you from 20 zombies, though.
No. It'll save me from the one or two that would manage to get to me.
Well, we shall see you in the next house. Don't dawdle.
You can hear running down the hall upstairs.
Okay, I guess we make our way to the next house.
I'm making friends.
You guys make your way out, and you see the one window open up, and this she's wearing like a hood at this point. She kind of throws something up and it latches onto the chimney, and she kind of pulls herself out and out.
Fucking grappling
Resourceful.
hook.
Huh.
Oh, thoughts are going through my character's mind, by the way.
He's like...
Yeah.
Okay, if I start seeing utility belts, I'm going to be concerned.
I kind of start twirling my knife around in my hand.
Yeah, so you guys exit the back gate, and as you guys kind of shut the back gate, while you hear...
Perfect timing.
Yeah, let's move.
So you guys, as you guys make your way toward the next house, which the houses are pretty, in this neighborhood, basically carbon copies, except for colors, maybe. The fences are all set up. This was, I guess, it was designed like a cul-de-sac, essentially.
Yeah.
As you can see where she is, and you see her kind of, because the houses are maybe 5 to like 8 feet apart. The sides, and she kind of leaps off, still holding whatever it was that was on the rope, but no longer tied to the thing, and she kind of uses it, kind of clinks onto the thing, onto the like shingles, and kind of using the rope to kind of repel, kind of dives through the window.
By through the window, do you mean breaking the window?
No, actually.
Oh, thank God.
She kind of lands, and she She seems to be just as resourceful as you when it comes to opening things that shouldn't be opened. And she gets in and kind of tugs and it kind of, and she brings back in. As you hop the fence and stuff, then there's no zombies in this backyard, but you're not sure about inside the building. This building is shut, and there doesn't appear to be any forced entry.
Shall we?
Yeah. Let's see if it's unlocked first.
Well, the door is locked.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But this is your normal kind of key lock, essentially.
I
So
think
go ahead and roll.
roll.
Tactical.
I already started shaking my dice around.
Yep, I figured. The thief wants in.
Those reroll. You know what? You could have just said you wanted to stay twos. That'd be fine too. 1 crit success, a 4, and 2 twos.
So you using your hobby practice
Hobby.
opening locks, you get the door unlocked pretty quickly. There's only the one lock. As you open the door, you see there's one zombie. As you see. And just kind of. She retrieves her nail from the thing's head.
Perfect timing.
Took you a little longer.
Well, you see, we don't have a grapple hook.
Unfortunate.
Back of my mind.
I have this sneaking suspicion we're gonna get along just fine.
Yes, as long as you don't try to amputate.
It's only
Just don't
if you
get bad, we won't have a problem.
She kind of pulls down her hood, and she it's kind of gray, like bleached white hair, kept short, as there's less chance for grabbing. And her attire is very tight, like tight jacket, nothing loose, nothing to be grabbed onto, basically. With the exception of the hood. But the hood can be pulled up and kind of tightened, and she keeps the strings kind of tucked. But she's definitely she definitely looks like she's picked her attire to have less things for them to grab onto. So, since you haven't rushed me, I assume you're not bandits of any kind.
Oh, we are playing a really, really slow game.
Too slow.
We're not murdering anybody with a spoon. That'll take too long.
Of course, sports are much more effective. They have tiny pointy parts.
Your friend's interesting.
Yeah,
Get
we
used
know.
to him.
You sure about that? Maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
If you weren't trying at all, it would worry me.
So
Have to make a note of that for later.
How many more of there are you?
The rest are dead.
Unfortunate.
Where's the rest of your group?
I left them.
You could have said they're dead.
I don't know if they are or not. Might as well be.
I mean, they could be by now.
Probably. They want the nicest of bunch. I take it you're the group from the prison.
Indeed. Also, out of character, do you know how tempted I am to try and drive the knife into a ribcage?
Into her cage?
Yes.
No, I don't know.
Not.
Okay.
I'm the one actively being a dick, and you want to stab the person we just met.
I mean, a good key of picking that up would have been me as soon as I saw the grappling hook and everything, I started twirling my knife around in my hand. Just
I love the difference in personalities here.
I know.
I know, right?
mostly because I saw a grapple hook and like, I need that.
Oh, good.
You can see it now a little closer. There's a rope and it's various metal pieces that have been kind of bent. It's definitely homemade, but it's sturdy.
Prison stuff.
It's fine. We can just shred some bed sheets. We can make it work.
Yes.
Eventually. And we start going through the house.
Everyone who's searching, roll me tactical.
The tactical or scavenger?
Scavenger, sorry. Yeah, scavenger.
I was gonna say.
That was my bad. She's also going to roll scavenger, so she wins.
Yeah, I'm just kind of gonna be here.
I'm okay with this roll.
That's a 4 to 2.
5 and a 4.
2 successes. What did you get?
4 and a
Fox?
2.
That's 1 success. So you both find some, probably between the two of you, approximately like 20 to 15 like non-perishable like canned goods. However, you hear rummaging from down in the basement, and she comes back up. She got 3 successes
Us?
because she's a specialist at scavenging.
Yeah.
But she comes back with her own duffel bag that's going to be full at this point now.
Mm.
Yeah. I think the rest of the houses are good enough for you. I can't really carry much more.
Since you left your group, where are you staying?
Wherever I want. Wherever is the safest location. Usually high up. Takes them longer to climb. If there are stairs.
See, I'm waiting for these two smartasses to say something about come to the prison.
I mean, possibly dangerous individual we just met. Fuck it, let's extend an invitation. You wanna go to prison? Don't even have to close.
Okay, so you make the comment, possibly dangerous individual we just met, yet you are a dangerous individual that we already know.
Hey, this is all... Everything I do falls in line with the fucking Hippocratic Oath, that's fine.
Fair. Yes, why don't you head back with us?
roll me a survival.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Wait, who's rolling it?
Callahan.
Oh.
Oh.
This character reminds me of Molly.
So that's 5 and a fail.
Okay.
2. Did I just get punched?
You feel like the door, the closet that you're kind of near, falls forward, kind of pinning you underneath of it as something. It doesn't quite reach you, but you're now underneath. You have this door kind of on top of you, and you can see this thing kind of through the slacks.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I spin around quickly and stab it in the head.
All right, roll combat. So you get no surprise because it is aware of your presence.
What about for the What about for weapon?
You do get the weapon bonus.
5, 4, and 4.
All right, so that's 3 successes. It got 2 successes because it only rolls 2. So as it's kind of like trying to, it looks like it was a small, maybe teenage woman at this point. Long since decayed. It's been hiding in the closet. Kind of.
Perhaps you should have came out sooner. I am so glad none of you laughed at that.
Well, here's the thing. That was set in character, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, then I can justifiably say this. I'm sure her parents would have disapproved.
I'll lift door off. Just like
kind of slide the body off up the door. The door's not heavy. It was just kind of like.
Then again, she may have had a thing for both, because she seemed to like pinning you.
You know
I
us.
love that. You want to go to the prison?
This is what happens in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd been kind of standing pretty much silent as you guys were scavenging, but then you started talking. Yeah, and pushed the thing down.
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker! So she kind of raises an eyebrow to this situation, though you reacted before she could. So you wanted me to go with the 3 of you to a prison?
It would keep you alive longer.
Please don't leave me with these boys.
I only offered as a courtesy.
They give you a permanent safe place to stay. They keep you alive longer. Plus, you don't have to be on your own.
So let me get this straight. And she kind of she has the nail gun still on her, like in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Since she fired earlier, she doesn't really put it away.
Please tell me she's not waving.
Does.
She's waving. Please tell me she is waving it around as she's talking.
She is, but her hand is not on anywhere near a trigger currently.
That doesn't mean shit.
Just gonna lift up the
Which is
closet
aiming-
door and stand behind it. Okay, continue.
She's aiming it up. She's not aiming it like at you guys. She's kind of aiming it up.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet. She goes, so let me get this straight. The 3 of you who have lost everyone you've been with want me, a person you've never met before, and for all you know, I could kill you in your sleep, or be infected, I'm not telling you, to come with you and stay.
It wouldn't be the stupidest decision we made.
She looks at the door and a zombie. No. No, I'm sure it's not. Do I get my own room?
There's plenty
It's
to go
a
around.
big prison.
You get your pick of probably a good 100 cells.
You can take the warden's office and make it a bedroom for all we care. He's like, that's my room. I get that look. I feel like he occupied that room.
I feel like I would say, like, okay, maybe not the warden's room, and definitely not the basement. Just trust me on this.
Oh my.
Okay, first, there's no way I would go in the basement of the creepy doctor.
Spot decision.
Second, judging from your expression, the office is taken.
Yes, unfortunately. Like I said, you have a pick of probably another 100 cells.
Well, it'd be comfortable, more comfortable than sleeping on a roof.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so I guess we'll check the remainder of these houses before it gets dark and head back.
Sounds like a plan.
Indeed.
So you check the remainder of these houses. I want you all to roll scavenger for me.
I am. What's my scavenge? Oh, my scavengers. I am helping with a single success.
Well, about that. I rolled a 5. Crit fail.
So nothing for you. Don't find anything.
5
I'm
and a
blind.
4.
So between the three of you and not Mikael, who finds a bunch of kind of
I found a tin can.
yeah, it's already been emptied.
I found pork and beans. Oh. It's empty.
So you guys
If
find
only we had the means to deal with scrap metal.
you find some bottled waters and some more food. Because of luckily, because of my roll for her, the 2 crit successes, she finds some revolver ammo.
For mercy.
She found seven rounds
Oh.
Oh.
and 2 more hunting rifle rounds.
I'm assuming you don't have a gun there.
Nope.
I see.
Appears the bullets were scattered. The guns were at least scavenged from someone else. Or taken by the owner. That is now. So you guys start using the same kind of route. Back, you see that the street is pretty much cleared, but you hear a massive amount of like coming from inside the shop. There's no more static, but they seem to have all kind of. You can see the door for a window that's broken, and the door that's kind of forced open. They've like packed in there. Because that was the only sound and any source of something there. Now they're just kind of all standing there.
Must not be a fan of Justin Bieber sounding music.
So I want you all to roll survival or tactical to avoid drawing their attention.
Okay, so that's that is a 4 and a 3.
That's a
2 successes.
That's 2 6s, a 4, and a 2.
Damn.
She got 2 fails and a crit fail. However, the number of successes overrides her failure. Enough people succeeded to kind of cover for her lapse this time. So you don't draw the attention of any of these zombies inside, luckily. Because there are a lot. Rough guess. 40 to 50. Packed in there.
Also, I hate to be the one to point this out, but I'm sure that does not fit with the fire code. That maximum occupancy is way over.
Yeah, so. Did you guys make your way out through the outskirts of town? It starts getting kind of dark as you guys reach your gate. Looking through the open field, you do not see any zombies. The grass might need to be cut down soon, but it's probably about knee height. But I imagine you guys keep it kind of clear every so often, just to kind of make sure so you can see the field.
Yeah, I imagine there's some kind of non-engine powered mower around here somewhere.
I'm sure there's a scythe in there somewhere.
Yeah.
At this point.
The scythe, or even just like a hunting knife, just going like this.
Or just starts slicing at the grass, like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah. I imagine you guys go up at least a
Crawler?
Yeah.
Just take the scythe, slicing through. Crawler! Back to slicing. Crawler!
So you guys... You guys lock the gate behind you, of course, so that way nothing gets in there.
Yeah.
But you have a way for your more nimble companion, Zoey, to clamber up and unlock it from the inside. So that way, because zombies aren't so graceful at climbing.
What are you talking about? They're as graceful as a chicken with broken legs. Sorry, I had to go with something that probably has the intelligence modifier of a zombie. Being a chicken.
Fair enough. You guys
Instead
make
of
your way
turkey,
in.
because they drown themselves by looking up at rain.
You guys cover also by saving her and not leaving her to wander amongst the streets by herself. Her supplies also now added to you guys are successful.
Excellent.
If you had not, I don't want to say saved because she was easy enough to get out. You would not have had you would have had a hard time convincing her to join you.
Yeah.
However, you gained a new companion.
For now.
What's your name?
You can call me Michelle. You're not entirely sure if that's actually her name.
That was still something to call her.
Yeah.
I once considered calling myself Reaper for about a week. Didn't really last all that long. Kind of got bored with it. Either way, if you need patching up and try to make it for something worth the time, come see me.
Right. She kind of wanders toward like the guard's office. Essentially, kind of makes that her room. Unless someone else has taken it.
Nope, I am perfectly happy with my basement.
And I think that is where we'll leave it, because it's 1:34 in the morning, and some people here do need to be up at a decent time.
Yeah.
They're functioning members of the society for some goddamn reason.
I will be awake in 4.5 hours regardless of when I go to bed.
Fair.
But I do have a question for everyone. How was it?
I like it. I get to be an asshole.
It was it's an interesting little experiment.
See, I like it because Drag said he gets to play his character that is an asshole. I get to play a character that can be a smartass, and I keep looking at all the different characters I've created D&D wise, and there's like 3 rogues in there that I don't get to play. So I get to play that kind of character. Which I'm happy about.
You guys avoid most dangers by going around the outside, which was a choice. I wasn't trying to like railroad, but I was just giving you like options and paths, and you guys choose which options you felt comfortable taking on. Because not everyone's gonna want to go into a small, like cramped alleyway where you don't see the zombies, and instead try to lure them away with sounds. Sound is very useful.
Well, I don't have anything to say this time, so.
See you guys tomorrow for Monster of the Week, possibly.
Hopefully.
Possibly. We're not imposters, Fluffy.
We're in
But
Panda.
the possibilities.
They're endless.
That's impossible.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
stop.
this reminds me. Was there a
What
winner
are you
selection for tonight's Thunderdome?
That's that. Wasn't really. Let's look.
I can't really look, so.
These are all really, really fucking good. But I'm going to have to give it to Quinn for the dice pun, chicken pun. That chicken should never roll dice. They have bad luck.
But the one that says cock block, and it's a chicken in the form of a box.
Sure, they were all really fucking good.
But does the block order for 16 hours? That is the true question.
So, based on the pins, I'll have to think I might have to pick one because I think there's one. Yep, everyone got 1 point.
I didn't.
Well, sorry. Wait, did Rin? No. Okay, yeah. So I'll pick the winner, and I'll announce it to you guys in the server to see who gets a punspiration for hopefully the next session, which probably won't be Friday. It'll probably be another like one-shot kind of thing. It might be a continuation of this. It might be something else completely. Leave it up to the players. But that's all I have to say.
Okay. We good to bye then?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.